All right. I actually just posted the link on the Patreon only chat, and I wanted to give people a little bit of time to come in because this is actually a little different how to do this. It's actually pretty neat how Patreon has this set up, and it allows me to do a bunch of stuff through YouTube, which is cool because Streamlabs works extremely well with YouTube and works really well with Twitch. So I only have to do like quick little changes and I can use the same setups. So for now, I'm going to use the same kind of setup I have when I'm doing my ZBrush stuff, but I have my iPad connected this time. So I'm going to be drawing on that because I was going to draw on my Cintiq, but the Cintiq actually has a really, really short cable, so it makes it really hard to draw. So all this stuff is going to be drawn, all the sketches that I'm going to draw, the ones that sent me their concept art, are going to be drawn on Patreon. I mean on on my iPad here on Patreon. So I'm going to be using this art app, which is Procreate. So I will be starting in a second here. I see people are coming in. I see one person in there. You can use the chat and everything so I can see. Actually, I want to creep and see who you are. Does it tell me? I don't know if it does. Oh no, it does not tell me on here. Huh. But I have this one unlisted, so it is just for you guys, and of course the link is directly posted on Patreon itself. So let's go ahead and start this. I think it's 7 sketches to do tonight. 1, 2, 3, 7. Yeah, so I have 6 sketches to do tonight. I know there's more of you, but I only got 6 people to respond to the post and send me their artwork, so those are the people that are going to get sketches tonight. Okie dokie, let's go ahead and start this. So I love to draw on the iPad. The iPad's pretty awesome. And it's kind of funny because I barely use my Cintiq nowadays, even though I got it to draw again. So it's been interesting because the iPad's kind of taken over everything. All right. So that should be working. Let's start this. My character's probably going to be looking down a lot since I am looking down to draw. And the first one I'm going to draw is going to be Sasha. And this one is for Lady Rain. So a lot of times when I'm sketching and such, I like to sketch in either blue or purple. There we go. I had to figure out how to YouTube stream chat. Ah, there. I see you. Squee, same Caribou. Oh, this is cool. So I have this set up in like different screens. I got my laptop on the bottom that's running the stream, and then I am controlling pretty much everything up on my other computer where I have my camera so I can look up there when I'm talking, and then I got my iPad, which is has all my concept art that you guys sent me because I took screen grabs of everybody, and then that way I put them all together. Yeah, I think this will be cool. I'm actually pretty excited. I can keep all the YouTube streams on here, and that way, like especially with these streams that are like just for you guys, this one's an art one, so if I make this one public after, it works. So, but there's going to be a lot of streams that I'll do that will be specific for you guys, and they'll never be published. It'll just be on Patreon only, which will be pretty much like tips and tricks on how to do stuff. But this one, when there's art streams and stuff, those I will probably end up making them public afterwards. But for now, it is just for you guys. Yeah, purple and blue, they're like my favorite colors for sketching. Red is too, though. I mean, I kind of go back to red as well. And on Procreate, I have a couple of custom brushes. And this one is one from an artist called Tara. And I got this one a while back, and I use this one more than any of my other brushes, all the Tara. I got some watercolor brushes too that are really pretty. Yeah, I mean for something, like just the art, I'm going to be making it public. For the tips and tricks for just you guys, no, that's going to be just you guys. Because I want to keep a couple of things that are pretty much very exclusive to Patreon. Same thing for like the selling bases and stuff. I've already upset quite a few people. It's like, what do you mean you're not selling them outside of Patreon? I'm like, I have too many people that are wanting these things, and I cannot keep up with just a general public wanting to buy this stuff. So I'm going to be making a lot of stuff very much just you guys, and if you guys don't want to buy them, or you know enough people had already bought them, then I will open them here and there for general public. It's funny because it's mostly kids that have gone mad at me, and that's through Instagram. But Instagram is yeah, Instagram is Instagram. Yeah, a lot of people thought I was gonna do the head bases like a print on demand kind of thing, like Dream Visions does. I can't keep up with that, and that was never my intention for these things. Because that is, I mean, if you see Dream Vision, it's a job in itself if you're going to be printing on demand when people really want this stuff. So, because casting, I mean, it still takes a lot of time. You have to sit there, you got to babysit it, and I mean, you got to do a lot of stuff, especially creating new molds and all that. Wait, I don't like the way this muzzle looks. I think it's too long. You also see me. This is how I draw a lot, which I will start something and then I will delete it a couple times. That's my thought process. Patreon seems the smart way to sell and avoid a huge map. Yeah, it is. I mean, so I sold a couple of the bases to start with on Twitter. And I don't know what Twitter did. Maybe I'm just stupid. I have no clue. Um, it supposedly put stuff in like a weird order. So when I sold the bases, some people said that I sold them to people that had responded after them, and then I got a bunch of nasty grams afterwards, and I'm just like, this is not gonna be something that I constantly want to worry about because, you know, I'm not out to upset people. I just want to, you know, sell the thing and call it good. But I guess on mobile, Twitter, I don't know if it was my fault, you know. Twitter set stuff up in a way that the people I responded to looked like they were the first people that were you know, wanting to buy the stuff. But I guess I was wrong. So, oops, that's not like that. So I upset people. I really did. So, it was not my intention. But you know, it's kind of hard to please everybody. I guess a couple of people thought I didn't like them personally, and that's why I sold to somebody else. I was like, look, it's an already pre-made item. I'm not going to be picky who I sell it to. It's whoever responds back first, and then I can go from there. But on Patreon, it just makes it a lot easier for me. And that way I can kind of bounce ideas with everybody and see what everybody's interested in, really. Yeah, it is never possible to please everybody. No, some of the people, I mean, of course, a lot of people were really nice about it, and I told them, like, hey, I'm gonna be real honest. I don't know how the Twitter set it up, that I messed it up somehow, but either way, there wasn't enough for everybody that responded. And that was the other thing, too. It's like, I'm not doing giant casts of this stuff. I'm doing, like, you know, 4 or 5 casts at once, and just posting them up for sale. Little random dots is because I accidentally touched the screen with my finger too much. If you guys don't draw on the iPad, oh my god, you're missing out. I swear, I used to be such a Wacom fangirl, and it's like, oh, everything's Cintiq or bust, pretty much. And now it's like, I don't touch it as much. Because the iPad is such a breeze to use. Oh yeah, I'll post all these files up on Patreon, and I will also link them to you guys on the Telegram chat. I'll post them as individual pieces, of course. And I'll also, I'm garbling my words. I will also post who I'm gonna send a goodie bag to for the month. I'll choose a new person every month from this tier. And I'll post all that up on the post with all these pictures. Man, I am having the coughing fits today, so I'm going to shut off my microphone before I cough into it. It's so nice to have like the reference up on my iPad so I can just kind of look up. So this is the lovely Sasha for Winter Snow Wolf, since you're in here. You get to be my first victim. Plus, this is also kind of like a fun way of doing art because I don't open for art commissions pretty much anymore public. I just rarely have the time for them. So this way I can do some for you guys. Aw, thank you. See, she's got a big old poofy neck, so I'm like, alright, I love poof. Yeah, I got a I got a ton of stuff. So right now, especially with like you guys are gonna see a lot of different stuff with Patreon because it kind of allows me to get really creative and show you guys what I'm doing well before I show everybody else. So I have a couple of things coming up. I want to continue doing the heads that I'm doing, like 3D printing all the heads and whatnot. But I'm going to try to do like two different versions of stuff. I'm going to do ones that are going to be more kind of like a kimono, chibi-ish mix because I love kimono style. I'm in the kimono style, which is a Japanese style with the big old eyes and everything. But I definitely want to continue doing the same stuff I'm doing right now. I don't want to, upset my customers like, hey, Val completely changed her style, which is not the case. But I really want to just kind of do different stuff and see where it goes from there. So you're going to see a ton of new projects that I'm going to do as one-offs to test the design first. Kind of like I was doing the big hyena print that I did in like multiple parts, and I printed it hollow and all that, so that took a while, but now I figured out a couple of ways to speed up my printer so it's not going to be so slow to print. But I'm also getting a really large resin printer, like gigantic resin printer. But it's on pre-order, so I probably won't see it till like late spring. They said that they were going to start shipping some out mid-February, but I just ordered mine 2 weeks ago. No, not even 2 weeks ago, maybe like a week and a half ago. And they said that it could be anywhere between mid-February up till the beginning of March. I mean, up till the beginning of April. So I'm going to go ahead and guess it'll be April. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that I will probably print a version of it in the like my regular FDM printer, my artillery, which is my big one, and then do a really refined version in resin, which I'm super excited about. Like that printer is gonna be my baby. So I'm really, really excited about that one. But so you're gonna see a bunch of different masks and stuff. Um, yeah, so Caribou, you're gonna love this because it is. I mean, I can print a whole fursuit head pretty much in resin, which is crazy. I mean, you can bathe in this thing. I mean, yeah, you'll probably die if you're bathing in this resin, but it is like insane type of stuff. So, I can't wait till that one comes in. I have a space for it in the garage already where I have it with my other printers. 'Cause I have 3 printers right now. I have one small resin printer, and then I have 2 large FDM printers, my artilleries, and they've been great. They've been really, really awesome. So it's going to be really neat to add that because I also want to get into making figures, like toys, because I really, really like vinyls a lot. And I think it'd be really fun to kind of tackle making some vinyl toys, but you know, in resin and painting them myself and all that. So that's a whole other project that I want to do. I want to at least do like 1 or 2 resin figures in time for Megaplex because I'm going to have a table. So I want to have stuff to show, which will be fun. And then I want to do a giant plush, which I'm going to design it completely in 3D. That way I can print it and I can go ahead and pass the pattern over and I can make like a giant werewolf plushie is the look that I'm going for with it. So yeah, I mean I got projects. I like to stay busy, and it's nice to. It's not always like a fursuit per se, because sometimes like I always want to do different stuff, but I still want to continue creating, um, and of course making time for like art and all that. But I've been in love with 3D so much that it's really opened doors for new ideas. So I can't wait to do all this stuff. So it's exciting. It's exciting. You'll see me jump around on a lot of projects back and forth, depending on like what I'm up to and how busy everything is. I'm taking a break from cons this year so I can concentrate more on my artwork, my business here at home, and just, I mean, same thing with like travel. I'm kind of taking a break this year for that too. Usually almost every year for the last couple of years I've been traveling to Japan, and I am super bummed out I'm not doing it this year, but I just have a lot of stuff I need to do at home currently. I'm also fixing up the house, and I want to make sure that there's enough time for everything. so everything happens like for a reason. That's the way I look at it, and it's just a lot of projects. It's a lot of projects. But I really wanted to get into plushes because there's definitely a market there. Like my goodness, like people love plush, and I love it too. I think it's so cute. So, um, yeah, just a bunch of stuff. And I want to post more artwork on here as well. Open up for like little things here and there, maybe some badges and stuff like that. I love Twitter. I really love it to death. But when you have like a significant following and you open for some stuff, you just end up offending a lot of people when you can't take everything. It's the same thing with suits, and I can't take everybody's commission, and it's never like, oh, unless like your characters or something we really can't do. It's never like a personal thing. Like I didn't take your commission because like I personally didn't like you. It's like, no, it's never like that. It's more I just don't have the time to take everything. All right, Rain, we got a Sasha here. Let me give you the little ear tip black. And we can start on the next one. Vision right there. So we got one down. So Sasha is number 1 over here. Now let's make the next one. Actually, I'm missing your little toothy before I go over there. You got a little toothy tooth. And a division of color right there. There we go. Ah, good. I'm glad. I like floofy monsters, so she's cute. Okay, so let's hide that one. Do the next layer, and we are going to draw this next character. Let's see, this one is... Let's see. This one is Cypress's character. Make sure I don't botch anybody's names. The one tooth. Thank you, Caribou. Keeping these kind of like fun and loose sketchies. It's pretty much like how I sketch for myself too. I sketch so much on the iPad. So, I've had pretty much like every version of the iPad with a pen. And I currently am drawing on the one with the pencil, with the Apple Pencil 2, and it's really nice. It really is. I don't know if it's like a giant difference enough that I would say like, oh, it's worth the upgrade. It does feel better on my hand, I will say that. But I do carry an iPad mini that I can draw on in my purse, and the difference to me is just, it's not enough that I could be like, oh, I'm never going to draw with the first iPad. It's still very similar. I mean, this one has like the double tap, and you can change from like from one pen to another, well, from one pen to the eraser, but I don't know, I think my fingers are kind of dumb, and every time I try to do a double tap I end up doing something else. This character has a nose ring too. It's funny, I noticed so many characters now with nose rings. I think I notice it more now that I actually have it on my actual human face, more than I did before. I've still managed to hide it from my mom for months. I don't know how much longer that's gonna last, but my goal is to do so for at least a year. I mean, she's gonna kill me either way. When she finds out that I have something in my nose. But you know, that's part of the fun, right? So let me notice it. She's gonna try to rip it out. She's just gonna be like, oh no. My mom's a very Latin mom, and she's very traditional about a lot of things. So she is going to be very upsetty. Very, very upsetty. I got it this year as a early birthday present for myself because I did it in July. That was my birthday month. And I did it earlier in the month, and I'm like, it's a piercing. I love piercings. I'm not a tattoo person. I'm a piercing person. And I was like, I'm turning 36. I'm just gonna go ahead and do something that I've been wanting to do for a bit, and not my typical. So why not? We'll see. If I hate it, I'll just take it out. And I hyped myself thinking, man, this thing is gonna be the most painful thing ever, and it was actually super easy. I will say it's one of those piercings that I didn't think was gonna be as easy as it was. I will say the healing sucks. The healing is so bad. Out of everything, I would say the healing is the one part that I don't want to go through again because it took forever. You forget that when you have something on your nose, it's an area that you touch a lot with your hand. At least I do. I touch my face a lot. Probably explains why I'm always so sick. But from constantly touching your face, you touch your nose, and the other thing is when you dress yourself, you put your shirt over your head, you accidentally bump into your nose. There was a lot of stuff that I was like, oh my goodness. I'm like, I am constantly touching my nose. So I think that's why it also takes a little bit longer to heal, because you are constantly hitting it. But it's a cool piercing, at least in my eyes. I think it's neat. And it seems to have gotten way more popular now. I'm seeing it on people like all sorts of different ages. I'm sure the one thing my mom's gonna say is, aren't you a little old for this? And I'll be like, nah, mom. I'm a kid at heart. Let me go pierce everything. Give this boy some meaty brows. That is the one thing I do like to add on more masculine characters is big beady brows. Looking the way he has it. So what cons are you guys going to next? Because I literally just have Megaplex like planned and everything else is kind of up in the air, and I don't think I'm doing other cons this year. I don't think I'm doing MFF, I'm not sure. I know Roscoe is for sure since he's staff, but I'm not sure if I want to go this year. I'm trying to save up to go back to JMOF, the one in Japan, because it was a blast, and I can't wait to go back to that one. I want to sell at that one again. It was so good. This one's got bar. Goes to the here. It's another fluffy boy. Yeah, give him a cute goatee. One thing I really do like about this program a ton is how responsive it is to rotate the artwork around. That's the one thing that I was noticing. I have a 13-inch Pro Cintiq, and it is, at least on Sketchbook Pro, it's a little laggy with the way it reads your fingers. And when you're used to this, you get so spoiled. Sometimes it's kind of tough to go back. Get these areas filled in. Whisker spots. Good night. My brother's saying good night. The other side. The other nice thing about drawing on the iPad is it doesn't heat up. I've been drawing on tablets for years. I tested, my goodness, so many before the iPad came along, and before people were really using Wacom as like a main thing. And I ended up finding a bunch of stuff about the motion tablets years ago and realized how much fun those tablets were, and just they were never being used for art. It was odd. They had such strong digitizers, and people were just using them for like medical fields and whatnot. And they ended up being like amazing tablets, and it really got me into the world of drawing tablets. But the one thing that I always noticed with most tablets that I tested, it was that they got super hot, making it uncomfortable after a while to keep on your lap and like not burn you. So definitely happy that the iPad does not set your legs on fire. Alright, we got the second one here. Oh wait, never mind. Missing those glasses. Let me add them in a different layer so I don't mess this up. To the next one. Cool. So that is the second one, which was the one for Norse Wolf or Cypress. Alright, let's see who is next. We got Varric. So we're gonna draw Moro for this one. So Moro is It's actually a suit that I designed. He was an art lib character, and I love blue. Oh, yay! You're in there. Hooray! Oh, I'm glad. I'll get to post these up when I'm done, too. But, yeah, this character, Moro, was just a character that I created with furs that I had around the shop. Because he's one that I had posted up for auction. And I love blue fur. Like, a lot. And I love blue and gray together, specifically. And he was a character that I did after Manuel. And Manuel was also blue and grays and blacks and whites. And this one was very much like a knight. Very similar to him. It was supposed to be kind of like a sibling. Like they're all related to each other somehow. Because I wanted to create that, like the... Now they kind of make fun of it in a cutesy kind of way. Like, oh, Manuel's, you know. And there's a bunch of them now. Because people, you know, people want to be part of the group, which is cute. So now it's like, oh yeah, I'm making a couple of Manuels, but they're all in different colors. Like everybody that is part of the Manuel group has like either the armbands or the leg bands. That's why if you see like the black, I pretty much connected them to the Manuels that way. It's just kind of their little signature thing. I think it also makes it a lot easier for people to tell right away, oh, that was an Artistic Liberty design. Because I love black bands or a color band. I have them on my character as well, on her arms. So it's just something I wanted to kind of pass over. A little bit. This character does not have giant ears. It's always fun to draw other people's characters too. And I'm probably not going to get to draw everybody tonight, which is fine because I started the stream later since I stayed at work a lot longer than I thought I was going to. Which means I'll either continue it on Monday, which is probably going to be the case, to finish up the rest of the people. And that also gives a chance to others that may have not submitted their artwork to do so. Since I want to make sure everybody that is in the Red Fox tier gets a chance to submit their artwork and get a sketch of their character. If they want. Just to size this a little bit. Move this eye back here instead. So it engages the audience more, less looking into space. Because I'm rotating completely away from the camera. I swear, I start drawing and then all of a sudden I'm just like halfway across the room just rotating my chair. Let me add the dark stuff around the ear. Hey, it's a Moro. I hadn't really sat down and drawn, like really drawn in a while. I had drawn some badges and stuff for customers, some that I'm working on, but like really sat down and sketched like quite a bit. I've been so busy, but it feels super nice to just kind of make a little bit of time. Alright, so that one is Morrow. He's got the little dark stuff under the eyes. Yeah, sick. Let me draw that. Yeah, it's got the little dark stuff around the eyes. Awesome. Cool. So let's move on to the next one, which would be we got 3 more. We got Caribou, and then we have a G-Shep for Kisho, and then we have Matt. I think I might draw maybe 1 more, and then leave Caribou and Kisho for next time, which would be probably Monday. Because we are an hour and 12 in. Let's see. Just gonna draw Matt, which is Frazzle. Matt's got big buck teeth. Yeah, I think I'm gonna draw yours, Caribou, and then Kisho's during next stream. I'll do Matt's last, get some sleep, and then do the rest on Monday. Since I started the stream so much later. Real chipper. Let's change the eyebrow. This character is a hybrid of a couple of things. So he's got horns, and he's got big ears, and he's got a bunch of stripes and buck teeth. Oh yeah, and he's got freckles too. Got color in that booper. Big booper. He just looks like he's unsure, which works for Matt's character. So the next two that I'm missing, I will be drawing on the next stream since it's 11:30 my end. So I wanted to say thank you for joining me on this stream. This is the first stream for Patreon subscribers on the Fox tier. You guys are awesome. Again, thank you so much for like supporting me on this new like adventure. Patreon is one of those things I wanted to do about 2 years ago, probably, and I just wasn't sure how to pursue it. And now that like 3D has become like my thing, like crazy, all this stuff that I'm doing with like the printers, and then I can combine it with fursuits, and then showing you guys some more fursuit stuff because I'm gonna have more fursuit stuff coming up. It's just really fun to do this, so I wanted to say thank you really so much. It means a ton, all the support I'm getting, and it makes me want to create a lot more content for Patreon itself. I do want to give a heads up tomorrow. I was going to do it today, but tomorrow I'm going to be posting up 2 large Happy Dog bases. Because I haven't been able to do any more casts because Roscoe's the one that usually does the cast for these, and he's been out for work like the whole week. So he has not been available, and he is my casting person. So I should have more stuff coming up soon. He's going to be out all next week, but I will have 2 large Toonie, the Happy Dogs, the big ones, the one that I haven't offered yet. available tomorrow. So I will post that up. Just keep an eye on it, especially if you're looking for it, because I have just the two. They will be more than the other ones because these are large heads. These are a lot larger and they're full solid foam casts. So they need to go in much bigger boxes. So if you are interested in one of those, make sure that you kind of watch Patreon tomorrow because the sales post will go up. Aside from that, thank you again. I'm going to post the ones that are completed. I'll post them up on Patreon tomorrow so everybody can do whatever they want with the picture. You guys want to color them, you guys want to repost them, they're all yours. This is something that I wanted to do specifically for you guys. I will do some more art stuff throughout the year because we're going to do at least one stream per month for this tier. And then I'm going to ask you, the Red Fox group, what kind of streams you guys want to watch, because I do get to do the one a month for you guys, and that way I can start planning which ones you would want to see or what you might be interested in more. So definitely make sure to tell me what you want to see. Aside from that, I hope everybody has a fantastic night. Again, thank you so much, and I will see you guys on Patreon with all the posts and everything, and of course on Telegram. Have a fantastic night. Thank you again.